And now, your Southern Maryland business news at 10. Good morning and welcome to TCCSMD's Best on Tuesday. I'm Jacqueline Chambers, your business engagement specialist with the Tri-County Council for Southern Maryland. And in the news today, a significant win for Maryland's business community. Governor Wes Moore has announced that a broad business-to-business services tax will not be included in the final state's budget. Thousands of businesses voiced concerns over the potential impact on Maryland's economic competitiveness, and their efforts have paid off. While this proposal is off the table, business leaders warn that other tax policies could still arise, affecting Maryland's economic climate. They emphasize the need for policies that foster a business-friendly environment, attract investment, and sustain long-term financial health. Maryland businesses are crucial to job creation, revenue generation, and community support. Leaders advocate for initiatives that enhance competitiveness, reduce regulatory burdens, and promote workforce development, arguing that economic growth, not increased taxation, is the key to stability. As budget discussions continue, the business community remains engaged with policymakers to ensure Maryland remains an attractive place for business expansion and job creation. For now, business leaders commend Governor Moore's decision, but the conversation on Maryland's economic future is far from over. Our business engagement team will provide updates as they develop. Now let's shift gears to today's industry buzz. The construction industry is facing major shifts in 2025 with rising costs, legal changes, insurance concerns, and extreme weather events shaping the landscape. Let's break it down for you. The economic challenges, inflation, labor shortages, and supply chain issues continue to drive up costs and delay projects. Companies should focus on smart financial management, strong vendor relationships, and steady cash flow to stay competitive. With legal insurance concerns, new building safety regulations and contract disputes pose legal risk. Construction firms must stay updated on compliance and review contracts to avoid costly setbacks. Rising litigation costs also mean higher insurance expenses, making risk prevention and safety training more critical than ever. Weather and disaster preparedness. We talk about hurricanes, floods, and wildfires threatening projects that increase insurance restrictions. Firms should secure materials, use weather-resistant products, and implement strong safety plans to minimize disruptions. Despite the challenges, proactive planning and risk management will help businesses thrive. That's just a little tidbit on the construction industry for the month of March. Now, let's turn it over to my colleague, Yvette Turner, who has an in-depth interview with Henry Franklin, Reentry Navigator of Southern Maryland. Over to you, Yvette.
Thank you, Jackie. April is recognized as Second Chance Month, a time dedicated to raising awareness about the challenges faced by individuals re-entering society after incarceration and the opportunities available to support their successful transition. Today, we're shining a light on the vital work being done to help returning citizens rebuild their lives, find meaningful employment, and contribute positively to their communities. Joining us now is Henry Franklin, our very own dedicated reentry navigator who plays a key role in guiding individuals through this journey. Thank you for being here, Henry.
You're
So,
welcome. Thank you, Jackie, for your time.
yes. So let's start by discussing the biggest challenges individuals face when re-entering society and how you and your role help address them.
Sure. We do know that when they come back in home, it's an adjustment mentally, physically, and emotionally for them. It is our job at the Workforce Development Agency for the Department of Labor to make sure they have the skills. What I do as an administrator for all three counties, Charles, St. Mary's, and Calvert County, is to make sure they have access to the services, also assist them where possible and in those difficult circumstances, and also be able to collaborate with other employers and with community partners in giving opportunities to those that are in need. It is very, very much a very intense time because when they come out, they are just coming out. It's an adjustment. You have to have patience. You have to have understanding. And you also have to know each case is different. There is no one pill fits all justice involved. It calls for you to understand, assess them properly. And what I do, I assess them and I make sure that they get services through the American Job Center and also through all of our community agencies.
All right. So can you tell me, Henry, what resources or policies changes do you believe would make the most significant difference in improving reentry outcomes for returning citizens? You mentioned there's no, one shoe fits all. So
Right.
what would you say?
But like I said, because we take each one individual, on individual basis because of their charges, their conditions, we try to understand that, try and help them adjust, but also we need resources in regards to just helping them with their everyday life. What I mean by that is that we do refer them to mental health services. We do refer them to training opportunities through our workforce development, through WIOA. We do make sure that they have access to any community resources, to the Department of Social Services, Department of Housing Services. But the resources and the policy changes that need that, we do know that we do have a problem because of their background getting employment. We can't do nothing about that. But what we can do is offer federal bonding, which is at the Waldorf Center. Every workforce development specialist, even myself, make sure that they get federally bonded. They have to also make sure is that because of that, that is just, I would say, assistance in getting an opportunity. It doesn't guarantee nothing. The problem is that, there are policy changes that are up there to state in regards to third-party verifications, which we do know some employers use to negate individuals from getting employment with backgrounds. We do know that sometimes they're not accurate. Also, it should be there are policies up there being challenged by that. We also do understand is that we just have to have an environment of second chance hiring in the state of Maryland, which is something that has to be, I think, communicated to businesses in our area. But there are also some of the things that we do have the workforce tax credit that employers can obtain. And also, these are things that we do have, believe that will bring people to an awareness, which I do. I'm also collaborating, also making things aware to employers about these benefits. But that's what the policy changes that we're trying to get for justice involved is just dealing with third-party verifications.
A lot of great information there that you just shared, Henry. Thank you so much because, it's great for our businesses to know that when you're working with those who are re-entering, that it's a wholesome approach, that you're actually
Mhm.
looking to assist them in all the different areas that they're going to need support. And so businesses, can look at this as another talent pool to really tap into. And with the different tax incentives that you've just mentioned, it really is, a great benefit for businesses to give another eye at this talent pool and, realize that we need to be more reentry friendly. And so,
Mhm.
can you share with me maybe a success story that highlights the impact of reentry programs and how a business can benefit from looking at this talent pool?
Sure, we do know that 80% of employers that do hire just involved are very satisfied. They come motivated, determined, and some are very well experienced. What they do obtain some training in the correction institutions. So they do come out with some certifications like OSHA, wood carving. They do have building and coding. There are some that do come out with that already. As an administrative, we did have a young lady that came in. She was under the service of the systems under her probation. We were. It was a great story. She came in. We referred her to WIOA and she received training from Cheney. She got her CDL. She became a driver for CDL and with a CDL, and she's doing very well. Also, we do have some others that we work with every day that, like I said, we just try to make the headway. What I will do, if you come in and you sign up on the Maryland Workforce Exchange, you work with our workforce development people and get a good resume together. We do offer the skills like um, the big interview. We have developed your resume. We want you to do it so you'll know how to do it. We'll put you in some training and workshop classes, but also we'll make sure that you will have the best opportunity for those employers that are applicable to hiring justice involved. And what I'll definitely do sometimes if I have leads, and if you give me a nice resume and I'm out there talking to employers and getting them to understand, I would definitely share what you have with that employer. But we do recommend that if anyone's interested, that the first thing you do, you go online first before you go to the employer to make sure that they know, so to get ahead of the game, so you can have filled application, you have downloaded your great resume that we worked with together, and you'll be able to have an opportunity when I go to the person and say, hey, this person wants to talk about, have they done online? Yes, they have. I have their resume. Why don't you go check them out? They're in your system. But that's what we do. We do offer those services to make sure that in all circumstances that they have the best opportunity that's available to them.
That's excellent. So, Henry, I know that you have some upcoming events and initiatives just around the corner for businesses to learn more about the advantages of hiring individuals re-entering the workforce. So, can you share a little bit with our businesses about what's upcoming and how they can
Sure.
learn more?
Sure, I've been working. This is the National Reentry Month coming up in April. We do have some great events for employees and for the justice involved that are looking for opportunities. First of all, on May 2nd, I will have a lunch and learn at the St. Mary's Chamber of Commerce with businesses. I'm trying to encourage them to hire and consider hiring justice involved. On April 8th, Lawyer in the Library will be in Calvert County at Prince Frederick Library, and that will be an expungement. So those who are looking for expungement, please come by between 10 and 12 at the Prince Frederick Library. And there'll definitely be opportunity for you to talk to some lawyers. And I'll also be there for assistance to sign up for our services. Also on the 17th at the Waldorf American Job Center at 175 Post Office Road, we will have a nice little reentry job fair. So there we want to come with your resume. Please sign up on the Maryland Workforce Exchange, and they'll be open to everybody from 11 to 3 on the 17th at our Waldorf Center. Then on the 24th, we will have for businesses a symposium on April 24th, 5:30 to 7:30, with the St. Charles Chamber of Commerce, and there'll be a symposium. We'll have speakers, and we'll have some great witnesses and testimonies of not only our services, but those who have been just as involved, have become entrepreneurs, well-established people in the workforce, and those that are getting there being challenged with the businesses in Charles County. So those are the events that we have coming up. And like I said, we're always open. You never know, something else may come up. But right now, that's what we have for Justice Involved Month of April.
Well, I tell you, the month of April is full of opportunity for our businesses to learn more about the reentry talent pool, about the successes that occur, and why your business may want to consider someone within this talent pool, because there is a lot of great value. And oftentimes, those individuals that are hired that are reentry, well, I want to say formally justice involved, um, are end up being long-term permanent employees for a business. So it is a talent pool that is appreciative of the opportunity, is ready to invest and be a great asset to your company.
And what we try to do here with the workforce development, we try to develop them. We try to make sure they have the skills, they understand the work environment, they know how to network, they have a resume, interview. So we're working constantly understanding those are the skills that are necessary. And also sometimes we'll even come back and sometimes come with the business and check on the employer to make sure everything's okay. We can do that. That's outside our scope, but yet we do have to do that sometimes to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do and supporting them in all their efforts.
And that's awesome. So they're coming with support and follow up as well. So those that come through you, right, Henry? And so
That's right.
with that said, Henry, you mentioned about an upcoming reentry job fair.
Yes.
For any business that's watching that would be interested in participating, can they reach out to you directly?
Yes, they can reach out to me directly on my email at henry.franklinjr@gmail.com. Henry.franklinjr@gmail.com. We already have I said 3 or 4. It's not going to be a big job fair, but it's going to be a nice one that is going to really fit and be very much about training and employment opportunities. So please contact me if you are interested. Thank you.
Awesome. And so we will also list your email address again in our Q&A section so that we can make sure that everyone has that information and can reach out to you directly, Henry. Henry, do you have any final words for the businesses that are viewing today about reentry, about any of your upcoming events that you want any to have a final word on that?
Sure, I like to say that nationwide, 1 out of 3 persons either been involved in the court system or does have a charge. It is nothing new. It's just the opportunities that these individuals need. I never forget talking to an individual I was working with, and I was like, "Well, how do you feel about your second chance opportunity?" He's told me this: "I never really had a first chance." Don't you want to be an employer that can give them their first real chance and watching them thrive and develop and become where they can be positively and overcome those things negatively? We've all got things in our past, but remember, what makes it last is that you give them opportunity. So I really would like to be able to be coming to you. If any visitors want me to come do a workshop with you, to talk with you, to share with you, I'm always open, no matter what time, where you are in these 3 counties, which I'm over, just to show you what can happen if you just give someone an opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Henry. And we really appreciate you taking time out on your busy schedule to talk about this subject. Very important, and I know you're passionate about it. It shows in all the
Thank you.
work that you do. And so, again, we thank you. What a great interview to end today's news segment. And for the past 4 years, TCCSMD Best on Tuesdays has been a valued part of many of our local businesses' Tuesday mornings. And we want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in with us on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Your engagement and support have made this journey truly special. In our commitment to bringing you even more impactful news and resources to support your business, we've made the hard decision to transition from our live segment to a revamped TCC SMD business newsletter. We understand that as business owners and leaders, flexibility is key, and this new format will allow you to catch up on the latest news, updates, and stories on your schedule in between your business needs. We're excited to introduce the new TCC SMD Business Pulse B.E.S.T Insights newsletter. Launching on the 15th of each month, packed with important business news, video clips from interviews, updates on local business happenings, and stories from our Circle of Business Services partners, all in one convenient spot. If you have a business story to share, whether it's about giving back to the community, hosting a special event, offering training opportunities, or any other exciting business updates, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us at BEST at tccsmd.org and we may feature your story in an upcoming edition. Be sure to add our email to your contacts to ensure you never miss out on important updates, news, and resources tailored to support your business. Thank you for being a valued part of our business community. We look forward to continuing to serve you and keeping you informed and connected. Have a great day, Southern Maryland.